So in this video, I'm going to go over two examples of typical questions for logarithms. So in this one, we're asking to express as a single log. So we're going to be using the product rule and the quotient rule in this case. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to focus on these two guys first. These two logs right here. So log of x minus log z, when we use the quotient rule, those two logs will compress into one log that looks like this. And then the 2 log of y plus. Okay. So now we have, again, 2 logs, and we want to use, so they're separated by addition, so we want to use the product rule here. But the thing to remember here, and most people make this mistake, is that this log here has a 2 as the coefficient, and this log here really has an invisible 1 in front of it. So both coefficients are different, and if we look at the formula for the product rule, you'll see that there's really an invisible 1 in front of both of these. And over here too, so we actually need the coefficients to be the same before we can use the product rule. And we actually can use another rule to get rid of this coefficient, and that's going to be the power rule. So we can actually take the coefficient and move it to the inside as an exponent. So I'm going to do that. It's going to look like this. So that 2 was on the outside, and then it moved into the inside as an exponent. And now that both coefficients are the same, we're going to use the product rule. Divided by z. And then that's going to be our final answer for that one. So here's another example, and this one asks us to expand the logarithm. So this is a typical question that gets asked a lot because there's a square root on the inside. And here's something that we should remember here, that the square root of xy is also the same as xy all to the 1/2 power. So I'm going to rewrite it like this. All to the 1/2. So because the entire input of the function is to a power, we can use the the power rule again. This one down here, number 2. We can take the exponent and move it out to the front as a coefficient. So I'm going to do that. So it becomes 1/2 log of xy. So then the last step we're going to do is turn this part right here. We're going to use the product rule on that one, number 3. And it will look like this. So the 1/2 stays on the outside, and then on the inside we have log of x plus log of y. And that's how you expand a logarithm.